Let's start with a truth most people don't want to hear. Your life right now is a reflection of what you've tolerated. The body you have, the relationships you're in, the money in your account, the joy or the pain you feel every day. It's all the result of what you've settled for. That's the truth. And if you're honest, you've been tolerating too much. You've been tolerating stress. You've been tolerating excuses. You've been tolerating distraction. And every day you keep tolerating it, you're trading away the life you could have lived. You don't have time to waste. None of us do. Your future is not waiting politely in the corner while you figure it out. It's slipping moment by moment. And the cost of staying the same is brutal. It's years you can't get back. It's dreams that never see daylight. It's regret that will choke you when you realize you could have been more, but you chose less. So I'm not here to give you motivation. I'm here to give you an intervention. Because if you keep living the way you've been living, you will keep getting what you've been getting. And if that shakes you, good. That's the point. And it starts here. Where focus goes, life flows. Where focus goes, life flows. Sit with that. Don't just nod your head. Let it hit you. Your entire life, every result, every relationship, every level of joy or pain, it all traces back to this one truth. Where your focus goes, life flows. Right now, in this moment, your focus is creating your reality. You think it's circumstances? No. You think it's luck? No. You think it's the economy or your parents or the government? Wrong. It's your focus. Because you can have two people standing side by side in the exact same environment, and one is drowning while the other is soaring. One is stuck in stress and fear, while the other is exploding with passion and possibility. What's the difference? Same world. Same conditions. Same challenges. Different focus. Your brain is like a camera lens. Pointed at garbage, you'll magnify garbage. Pointed at beauty, you'll magnify beauty. And here's the kicker. You're always magnifying something. Always. You don't get to shut the camera off. You don't get to say, I'll focus later. No. Every second you are focusing consciously or unconsciously on something. And that something is shaping the way you feel, the way you act, and ultimately the way you live. Let me hit you with this. If you're focused on what's missing, you'll always feel empty. If you're focused on what's wrong, you'll always feel broken. But if you focus on what's working, if you focus on what's possible, if you focus on what you can control, your life expands, your energy expands, your sense of certainty grows. Suddenly things that felt impossible start to feel inevitable. Because where focus goes, life flows. Most of you are not living your dreams, not because you don't have the ability, but because you've been hypnotized by distraction. You've allowed your mind to obsess over what doesn't matter. Your focus is splintered into 1,000 pieces. You're scrolling, swiping, consuming everyone else's life instead of creating your own. You're staring at the scoreboard, wondering why you're not winning, but you're not in the game. Listen, you don't get significance from watching, you get it from doing. And the doing only happens when you focus. Imagine trying to drive a car but staring in the rearview mirror the entire time. Crash. That's how most people live. They're driving their future with their eyes glued to the past. Or worse, they're looking sideways, comparing themselves to the car in the next lane, and then they wonder why they keep slamming into walls. The only way forward is to focus forward. Lock in on the road ahead. Point your energy where you want to go. Because whatever you focus on expands. And let's be real, if you're honest, some of you have been focusing on survival for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to focus on thriving. You've trained your nervous system to expect the worst, to anticipate pain, to scan for problems. You are literally programming your mind to produce stress on autopilot. And then you wonder why you feel exhausted, why you feel like you're drowning. It's not your life that's overwhelming, it's your focus that's overwhelming you. Shift it and the whole game changes. Stop bleeding energy into things you can't control. Hear me. You are hemorrhaging your life force by obsessing over things that have zero return on your investment. Worrying about what someone thinks of you, that's none of your business. Complaining about the government, unless you're running for office, it's wasted breath. Obsessing over traffic, weather, gossip, useless. You're giving away the most precious currency you have, your energy, to things you will never influence. That's like pouring your water into a desert and wondering why you're still thirsty. Your life is an energy economy. You've got deposits and withdrawals. Every day you're making trades. But most of you are trading your energy for garbage. You're investing in resentment, outrage, jealousy, distraction. And then at the end of the day, you wonder why you have no power left to create, to grow, to love. You've spent it all on things you can't control. You're bankrupt by choice. That's the hard truth. You're bankrupt because you keep wiring your brain to spend its currency on nothingness. Stop. Stop giving your soul away to nonsense. Imagine you're carrying a backpack full of gold bricks, and everywhere you go, people are asking for a piece. And instead of guarding it, instead of using it wisely, you just hand it out to the troll in the comments section, to the coworker who gossips, to the stranger who cuts you off in traffic. Every time you react, every time you obsess, you hand out another brick. And by the end of the week, you've given all your gold away to people who don't matter, and you're left with nothing. Isn't that tragic? But that's what you're doing with your energy. Every time you focus on what you can't control, you are bankrupting your own future. Here's the breakthrough. Energy flows to what you control. And when you lock in there, you become unstoppable. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. You can't control the waves, but you can steer the ship. You can't control the storm, but you can build the damn ark. When you focus on what you can control, your state, your decisions, your actions, you start compounding power instead of leaking it. You become a generator, not a consumer. You become a creator, not a victim. So let me intervene right now. If you're tired of being stuck, then you must take radical control of your focus and your energy. Draw a line, no more bleeding out, no more trading power for pity, no more giving away your gold. Decide that your focus is sacred. Decide that your energy is precious, because it is. And when you protect it, when you direct it, your entire life begins to elevate. Your relationships shift, your finances shift, your health shifts, not because the world changes, but because you finally stopped scattering your power and you started channeling it. Focus is the ultimate leverage. Energy is the ultimate resource. Master these two and nothing can stop you. Lose them and nothing can save you. So the question is, where will you aim the lens? Where will you pour the gold? Where will you choose to send the most powerful force you have? Because your future depends on that answer. Comparison kills. Your race is yours alone. Hear me. Comparison is the silent assassin of your dreams. It doesn't come crashing in with alarms. It sneaks in quietly, disguises itself as inspiration, and before you know it, it has poisoned your identity. You scroll, you watch, you measure yourself against someone else's chapter 20 while you're still on chapter 2, and you wonder why you feel behind, unworthy, small. Comparison doesn't push you forward, it paralyzes you. It whispers that you're not enough, it steals your joy, it blinds you to your own progress. Stop running someone else's race. Their pace is not your pace. Their path is not your path. Their calling is not your calling. You weren't put on this planet to be a carbon copy of someone else. You weren't born to replicate. You were born to create. And the moment you trade your authenticity for imitation, you forfeit the very power that makes you unstoppable. Think about it. No one has your fingerprints. No one has your wiring, your voice, your story. That uniqueness is your competitive edge, but you throw it away every time you measure yourself against someone else's standard. It's like a lion envying the wings of an eagle. Madness. The lion was born to rule the land, the eagle to command the sky. Each in its lane, unstoppable. But the moment the lion compares itself to the eagle, it forgets it's the king. Comparison kills because it shifts your focus from progress to perfection. It traps you in the illusion that you're behind, when in truth, the only race you're in is with the person you were yesterday. That's it. No scoreboard, no finish line, no external judge. The only measure that matters: did you grow? Did you move forward? Did you get closer to your vision? If yes, you're winning. If no, stop blaming, stop comparing, and take action. Here's the truth: there is no behind. Behind compared to who? Behind compared to what? You are exactly where you need to be to learn what you need to learn to become who you're meant to become. Your setbacks, they're part of your training ground. Your delays, they're preparation, not punishment. But if you keep comparing, you'll miss the lesson and you'll waste the preparation. So today, you must kill comparison before it kills you. Identity shift. You are not a spectator. You are not a copy. You are not someone else's shadow. You are the main event of your own life. Step into your lane, own your race, and run it with fire. The world doesn't need another version of them. The world needs the full, unfiltered, unapologetic version of you. And that's the pivot to the next truth. Your state creates your destiny. Shift it now. You can have all the strategy in the world, you can read every book, take every course, but if your state is weak, your destiny will be weak. State is everything. State is the fuel behind every decision, the power behind every action, the energy behind every word. And most people are trying to build an extraordinary life from a lousy state. Depressed, anxious, exhausted, scattered. That's like trying to win a race with no gas in the tank. It doesn't matter how good the car is. Without state, you're stuck. Look, your destiny isn't written by your conditions. It's written by your decisions. But your decisions are written by your state. In a peak state, you choose bold. In a peak state, you take action. In a peak state, you believe again. But in a lousy state, you settle. You shrink. You say things like, maybe later, it's too hard, I'm not ready. You let fear drive. And every time you do, your destiny drifts further away. State is the switch. Right now, you can flip it. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need to wait. You just need to move. Physiology first. Shift your body, shift your breath, shift your movement. Because emotion is created by motion. Slumped shoulders, shallow breath, blank face. Your brain reads that as depression. Stand tall, breathe deep, move with intensity. Your brain reads that as power. Don't believe me? Try it. Get up, shake it out, jump, clap, roar. You can shift your state in seconds if you stop waiting to feel like it and start generating it. But here's the trap. Most of you are waiting for life to change your state instead of mastering your state to change your life. You're waiting for the perfect relationship to feel loved, the perfect paycheck to feel secure, the perfect opportunity to feel excited. That's backwards. You must feel it first. You must generate it first. Because when you shift your state, you attract the opportunities. You create the relationships. You generate the energy to produce the results. Urgency. This matters now because time is not guaranteed. You don't have forever. Some of you act like you've got endless tomorrows, but let me remind you, you don't. Life is fragile. The clock is ticking. And if you keep living in a lousy state, if you keep comparing yourself, if you keep postponing your power, you are literally wasting the only resource you can never get back. Time. You want to change your destiny? Stop waiting. Shift your state now. Stand up with certainty. Move like a leader. Speak with power. Train your nervous system every single day to default to strength, not weakness. Make it your identity. I am the master of my state. Not sometimes, not when it's convenient, always. Because if you don't command your state, your environment will. And the environment rarely has your dreams in mind. So here's the breakthrough. No more comparison. Kill it. Own your lane. And no more waiting for the world to give you a good state. Generate it. Command it. Live it. Because the combination of these two truths, owning your race and mastering your state, will rewrite your destiny. Run your race in your state with your fire. That's when you become unstoppable. That's when you stop living as a victim of circumstances and start living as the architect of your life. That's when your destiny stops being random and starts being intentional. So I'll ask you, are you done comparing? Are you done leaking your power into states that shrink you? Are you ready, truly ready, to shift, to rise, to own your race and live in a peak state every damn day? Because the clock is ticking. Your life is now. And nothing changes until you decide. So decide, shift, run, live. You can't pour into others from an empty cup. Stop pretending you're strong while you're running on fumes. Stop sacrificing your soul to keep everyone else comfortable. You can't light up the world if your fire is burned out. You've been giving and giving, but listen, true giving comes from overflow, not depletion. When your cup is empty, your love becomes resentment, your service becomes obligation, your presence becomes a shadow. Fill your cup first. Protect your energy like oxygen. Train, fuel, rest, grow. Because when you rise, everyone around you rises. The greatest gift you can give the world is the fullest, fiercest, most unstoppable version of you. So decide right now, no more empty giving, no more martyrdom. Rebuild, refuel, rise, fill your cup until it overflows, and then pour out power that never runs dry. Cut the noise or stay a prisoner to distraction. Noise is the enemy. Distraction is the chains around your potential. Every scroll, every meaningless conversation, every toxic voice, you think it's harmless, but it's draining your future. One click, one complaint, one wasted breath at a time. Your focus is your freedom, and every distraction is theft. If you don't cut the noise will cut your life short of its power. Decide now. Protect your mind like a fortress. Delete the apps. Leave the gossip. Walk away from energy leeches. Say no to everything that doesn't align with your vision. Because you cannot live an extraordinary life